Eyewitness News tonight with Irv Weinstein and Don Postal. Rick Azar on sports and Tom Jones with the weather outside. Now, Eyewitness News. Now, Don Postal.
Tonight's City Council segment brings us to downtown Camelot, where the City Council has called a press conference to respond to many of the recent concerns and criticisms in the media.
Welcome everybody to the first ever Camelot Daily News sponsored Camelot City Council press conference. I'm glad you all could be here. We've got a great group of members of the press here for it.
We are here to find out what council is doing. We want to know why they're doing so many retributive things and they're not, voting for economic development, etc. So I'm excited to ask them what people of Camelot are thinking.
Yeah, Fox News, this is outrageous. We have reports that council members are having sex in the bathrooms, dropping ecstasy, interracial dating. So we're here to confirm or deny those claims. It should be interesting.
CNN, BBC, Camelot Daily News, Fox. Thank you very much. We've gathered the council here today to address some of the concerns that have been coming up in the media as of late and give different members of the press a chance to ask questions. So I think on that note, we'll just take it away.
After initial pleasantries were out of the way, the press immediately dove right into questioning. Unsurprisingly, putting the recent issues of the development plans at the forefront, Councilwoman Herman got the first bit of attention.
The question is for Councilwoman Catherine Herman. There's been quite a bit of controversy regarding your vote against both Rivertown redevelopment plans that have been paid for through higher real estate taxes. A vote you defend by saying the plans would have only benefited the rich. How do you respond to this criticism?
I think that there are actually two primary reasons to reject these plans. First, we have to think, as I said before, and the community has picked up on, it wouldn't necessarily benefit all of the citizens of Camelot. It would be used mainly for upper class citizens. And I think that the way that we were approaching it was wrong in that we were still going to be using government funds to directly pay these developers. And to me, $3 million to acquire land didn't make sense. Like, to me, I think you'd be familiar with the term honest graft. And like that came into the picture for me. I couldn't be certain that we weren't paying inflated prices to private interest groups because they were taking advantage of the city's desire for this land.
When the Camelot Daily News asked the council to elaborate on why they rejected development in Rivertown but supported the downtown Hotel Plaza proposal, everyone on the council wanted to make sure it was clear where they stood.
Of the council's developmental policy being too little, too late. And also, why did you reject developments in Rivertown and unanimously approve hotel development?
I know one big difference between the two, and granted I wasn't here when we rejected the first two proposals. I apologize for that. But one big difference between the development proposal that we did pass is that proposal is not going to come out of taxpayers' money. I know that there were big concerns among a lot of constituents that tax dollars should not be spent in those amounts that those projects required. And in this case, we had a very experienced, respected developer who was ready to come in and front the money without the city having to back it up. And so that was a big difference, for me at least, in my passing of my part in passing the other development program.
I can't speak for all the members of the council, but I definitely supported a lot of those measures, those development measures, and I still support them, and I hope that at some point Camelot will get to benefit from measures like that in the future. I guess I can only say is that I supported the development measure for the same reason that I supported those measures that we debated in the budget proposals, and it just the way the council was formed that week, it didn't work out, and that's just how it goes sometimes. It's unfortunate, but just how it happens.
I'd like to add to Councilman Lowe's response. I just felt that for the Rivertown proposal, it was a lot of tax, just how he said, it was too much taxes, and the revenue wouldn't have come right away. And it was just for the look of the town, and I felt that the downtown hotel plaza benefited the city more because it was revenue right away, and it benefited so many people so fast, and that's why I proposed the downtown hotel one instead of Rivertown.
I would just like to briefly say I don't think it's all about glitz. I think image is important. I think developing the riverfront area into sort of like a cultural center, little storefront shops, you know, art exhibits, jewelry stores, that sort of thing. It does attract a more gentrified consumer base, and sort of, if we are going to create a city center that can function as and accommodate a large convention component, it's very important to have that shopping, to have those restaurants. And again, you have to spend money if we are to sort of stimulate long-term improvement.
Brad from the Camelot Daily News.
This is a question directed at Mayor Cooper. It's a two-part question, so bear with it. The first is, do you plan to run for another term as mayor? And the second is, how would you characterize your accomplishments so far directing this council, which has some fairly controversial decisions?
Well, I haven't yet decided about my decision whether to run for re-election. I'm still considering all the options, talking to my family, you know, seeing how that's going to work out. But I guess for my major accomplishments, I feel that we have accomplished a significant portion of what I wanted to get done with this council. You know, we've passed things like health services, like pediatric services. We funded those programs well that we really wanted to see happen in this city. And I think that those things at a base level, I'm very happy with the things that we've gotten done here. Although, you know, of course, there will be criticisms and people will say that we have faltered on some of the issues, including those redevelopment proposals that you've already brought up on the budget and things of that nature. I'm slightly unhappy. I mean, I feel that some of the reasons why we weren't able to accomplish things were just simply, you know, lack of time, or on my part, you know, not quite, you know, calling the votes exactly when I wanted them. And so I feel like, you know, all those things are going to improve in the future and we can get better. But on a whole, I think I'm very happy with what we've accomplished so far.
The conversation eventually shifted to what has become the most controversial of all city issues, the Camelot City Police Department, the bane of the council's existence.
There's been talk of a police strike, and how is council prepared to handle this? What preventive measures have you taken to guarantee that the police of Camelot do not go on strike? And why have you rejected so many of the proposals put forth by Police Chief Sindel? Seems like you don't have very much faith in his abilities.
I'm hesitant to criticize specific members of the council or of our community, but I will say this. I don't think it was unreasonable to ask for 90 semi-automatic weapons. The fact of the matter is that's standard in American cities. I rewrote the proposal to 90. I thought I had support from Reverend Doss, and the fact of the matter is there were still 2 dissenting votes, which was very disappointing because that was a concession that I was willing to make, that a lot of my constituents were willing to make, and the fact is a demonstration of solidarity.
I just want to remind the police force and Officer Sandell that he has a lot of supporters in this council, strong supporters, and I was the one that advocated the police protection issue, and just like you said, the councils will change and we will not lose our support, so just hang in there, please.
Yet Councilman Lowe defended his dissenting vote by acknowledging the recent referendum and declaring that it shows what the people truly want.